Hi, it's Mandy here, and this is Heavenly Bath Treats. Today we are making a cold process soap. This is going to be another winter themed soap. I will put the inspiration picture up on the screen now. As you see, it is a cold, calm scene, beautiful colors. For this one, I have chosen a fragrance oil. It is warm and cozy. This is Cashmere and Cotton. It is, I bought it from Wholesale Supplies Plus. It is a Crafter's Choice scent. I forgot to look up the notes, so I will put them on the screen now. This does discolor the batter to yellow, so I did some testing, and the color should remain true. So today I'm going to do the heat transfer method, where I take the hot lye and put it in the soaping, the solid butters. Before I do that, I want to show you the colors. This is, what is this? Love Bite by Mad Micas, and that's in a little bit of almond oil. This is Grape Knee-High, or Knee-High Grape by Mad Micas, with a little bit of Celestial Blue to kind of gray it out a little bit, and the Celestial Blue is by Nurture Soap. That's also in some oil. And then I'll tell you the additives before I get started. This is coconut milk powder, some colloidal oats, and a little bit of kaolin clay to add some luxury to the bar. All right, let me get my gloves on and we will start putting the lye in the water. Oh, in my distilled water, I do have some titanium dioxide because I wanted it in all of the soap. Right. So my kids are home today. I have my little dude watching me today, but he knows to be very careful around the lye. I usually kick him out of the area, but he promises to be super careful. So pouring the lye into the distilled water. Now remember, Jackie, lye is dangerous, right? It can burn you. It can like eat a hole into your skin. It gets really hot, so we have to be super careful. That's why Mommy wears gloves and is super duper careful when I'm working with this, huh?
It's steaming.
It is steaming. That's how hot it is.
I wonder how it would work if you throw it into a pit of snow.
It would melt the snow
like
for sure.
0% or 0 cold. -0.
Yeah. So I made sure that was completely dissolved, and then these are my solid oils. Jackie, would you like to look and see if this is in the center of the screen? All right, I'm going to pour this hot lye carefully onto my oil.
Yeah, it is.
And look, they're starting, thank you, Jack. They're starting to melt. Now, even though I poured this out, you have to be careful with the containers too, because there's still lye in there. All right, so it's instantly starting to melt. It shows you how hot it is. There is coconut oil, cocoa butter, shea butter, and a little bit of palm oil in this. So that didn't really take too long. I do have one little chunk of cocoa butter in here. And while I had the camera turned off, Jack and I were discussing dark chocolate and how it was healthy for you, and how it was it helped the free radicals. It has antioxidants in it. So we had quite the conversation. I think I'm going to go ahead, and I think that this little bit of cocoa butter will dissolve. So now I have my liquid oils going in here. This is olive oil, a little bit of almond, and castor oils. And you'll notice that this batch is pretty small, and there's a reason for that. I have some embeds that I'm going to put in, so I had to reduce the batch size to make up for that. Alright, this is the part where I get out my stick blender. This is soap, but it still could burn you. So you have to be careful. Until it cures all the way, this could still be dangerous.
So do we just wait and then turn the camera back on?
Nope. We can, it's on, it should be on now. Okay. So I need to divide this batter into 2 parts. Oh, wait. I'm trying to think. Should I put the fragrance oil in? I think I'll wait to put the fragrance oil in because when I did test this fragrance oil, it accelerated a little bit. Well, actually, it riced. So I'm going to try to divide this evenly into 2. Now, my thought with this is to try to do an ombre from pink to purple. So I've played around with ombres before, so we'll see. It still looks like there's a little bit too much in here. Okay, let's add the color. Let's start with the pink. This was Love Bite from Mad Micah.
You always said that right.
I know. And we'll put some of it to see, because I don't want it to be too dark, but you have to keep in mind that as it cures, it will lighten up a little bit. So, yeah, I want it a little darker than that, because like I said, it will cure a little lighter than what you're seeing right now. So get that mixed in really well. I don't know, Jack, what do you think? Should it be a little darker?
It's okay.
Okay, I made a decision. I'm just gonna put a little more in there. We have the titanium dioxide in there to keep it kind of light. Okay, throwing that away. So this video I have added additional light, so I'm hoping that it will be bright enough. Yeah. Okay. There is that. Now let's do the purple. So the theme of this soap is kind of a wintry sunset, and it has been snowing around here, hasn't it, Jack? Mm-hmm. We thought we were going to get a snow day in there, but it didn't. They cleared the roads. They did a good job. So, Jackie, what do you think of this color?
Maybe a little darker.
Just a little darker because it will get lighter as it... Let's just put this whole thing in there. Let's just put it in there. Oh, I'm making a mess. That's not surprising. So, Jackie, we're making this video pretty close to Christmas. What have you asked for Christmas? What does a 9-year-old boy want for Christmas?
A game?
What kind of game?
There's actually 2 games there.
Perfect color. What games do you want? Oh no!
All I remember is
I didn't add the additives.
All that I remember is one is tabs.
Tabs. What's that stand for?
Totally accurate battle simulator.
I totally should have added this. These additives beforehand. Oh, we'll mix it up, I guess. I think I will. I'm making a mess again. So, totally accurate battle simulator. That sounds like an exciting game.
The reason I wanted
Adding the fragrance oil.
I'm pretty sure it's on Xbox.
Okay.
Pass.
Game Pass on Xbox.
So we could have it.
Okay.
But I decided to tap it on Steam because...
And Steam's on the computer, huh? Okay, loud noise. Oh my goodness, look at that color.
Why is it turning?
I hope it turns back. It did not do that in my test. Ew, that's ugly. Oh my goodness.
I think you mixed colors.
Can you see that? No, that's the fragrance oil doing that. All I did was put additives.
Now it looks...
Oh, it's so gross looking.
It looks like...
That
looks like puke and that looks like green poo.
Oh, great! Exactly what I was going for. Okay, I'm showing the samples. Okay, these are the colors after I played around with the fragrance oil. This is what it looks like. That's not what that looks like. Oh!
It's gonna fall.
Okay. Alright, I'm done with the stick blender. Oh, and it's getting thick. It's all going
Wrong.
awry. No, it's okay. So it's a little thick. Okay. I'm going to stop being depressed about the colors and go ahead for the pour.
I guess we're gonna have to deal with it.
This is I'm using this mold again because I wanted a tall, thin bar. We're not going to put any icing or frosting on the top. And this is the column mold that I made. It's so thick, I hope it gets down into the crevices, but... Alright, let's start with this ombre. Oh, and it's like, it is rising a little bit. Oh, good grief. Oh, good grief.
I guess this is gonna kind of be a fall one.
Well, my hope is that after it cures, it will go back. The color will turn back.
When you finish the video, can I actually watch this myself and leave a comment?
Sure. Okay. So the idea of an ombre is that you start with your bottom color. I know. Jack's disgusted by this. Well, you start with your bottom color and then you add.
It looks so thick.
It is very thick. And it's gonna be, I don't know. But we're gonna try it. You know, sometimes the ones that look the grossest turn out to be the best. So, you never know. I'm trying not to panic and make a mess here, but
I'm gonna go for it.
I know, Jack's like, I'm done. This is gross. Okay. So, I'm going to tap this down and add the first embed. It's not doing much tapping. Okay, the first embed. We're going to kind of put it over to the side. Squish it in there a little bit. Now we'll add a little bit more of this purple to this batter. Oh my goodness. This is not good. Okay, calm down. Put a little bit of this. Still going up there? Just checking my videos here. Oh dear. Now be careful. Tell them not to get too close to the soap. Because the soap is still dangerous. Oh. Oh dear. Tapping down, tapping down. Sorry, that was annoying. All right, more purple. It's getting very thick. So it does accelerate it riced a little bit. I did have to do some extra stick blending. That probably didn't help. Wouldn't this be awesome if it actually turned out after looking so gross? Moving it kind of quickly here, making a mess. Taking a second to wipe. think I'll put the other embed in now. Squish it in. Probably be holy. Probably have lots of holes in it. Laughing, but it's like it's laugh or cry. That kind of looks purpley.
I choose cry.
You're gonna cry? Well, it didn't fill up the mold like it was supposed to. Huh. So I could make another small batch and pour it on the top. And then put my top embeds because I have snowballs I wanted to put on the top. Okay, so I am going to attempt my darndest to save this batch. Oh my goodness, does it look to you like it's turning back to purple? But you can still tell where it riced. Smells good. But okay, so I decided that I was going to make a small 1 pound batch. Color it purple. And see if we can't save this batch. Pepperonis are good. Okay. All right. We will not take no for an answer on this soap. So here's my water lye. I did decide that on the top, on this what I'm doing, I should probably put a little bit of fragrance oil in case it discolors so it will look like the rest of the batch. I didn't put the full 5%.
Ow. Buckeyes seem good.
Yeah, we made some buckeyes for Christmas yesterday. Alright. That seems like it's mixed up. Let's add it to our solid oils.
Is it Buckeyes or Buckeye?
Well, there's more than one. So it's Buckeyes.
Not Buckeye? Like an octopi?
Oh, no. You can put an S on the end of Buckeye. So now that this is turning back to purple, one of my concerns is that it will have holes in it. So if I have any extra soap from this pour, I will save it and use it as a soap dough to fill in the holes. A hole what?
A hole plugger?
Yeah, a hole plugger. I'll use the soap dough as a hole plugger. We may be able to get soap out of this yet. That's the first Crafter's Choice scent that I have ever used in soap. I've used it in lotion, and I believe I used it in my bubble bath scoops. But I think that's the first time that I have used it in cold process soap. And ornery. I'm super excited because I just put an order in to be scented for the first time. So I'm going to try some of her scents and some of her micas. Super excited about that. And I did put in an order for some fragrances from Nature's Garden. Where'd that go? Like I said, I have some unrefined cocoa butter. This looks like it's mostly mixed in. So I don't know if it was the heat transfer method that I was using that made it accelerate, or if it was the fragrance, or a little of both. I'll have to read the reviews of that fragrance. But I remember it said slight acceleration, but it just down on rice on me. So here are the liquid oils, and I went ahead and put the Myget in those, because this is going to be the purple. I thought the purple on top would be a nice contrast with the snowballs that I made out of soap dough. Give this a hand stir. Enjoy the pretty purple color before it turns to, what did Jack call it? I think he called it poop. All the joys of having 8-year-old boy. Here's a little bit of that fragrance oil. It smells good. And I did put it in a body butter, and it was absolutely beautiful in the body butter. There it goes. It's starting to rise, so I'm going to blend it just a little bit. Okay. That pretty color again. Alright. I'm hoping you guys are centered and everything. You know, I did do some extra mixing because I had missed the additives. And you know, those additives might be causing acceleration too. I did not put the additives in this top batch. Makes sense that the coconut milk might have some sugars in there that would accelerate it. Heat it up and accelerate it. Now I remember, he said it was poop green. I have hope that it will turn back though, so. It doesn't look like I'll have any extra for the dough, for any soap dough. Okay, I'm going to pound this down. You can see where some bubbles have come up. Oh, you can see bubbles. I think that the oil, fragrance oil, separates a little bit. If you can see, it seemed to have gone back on the other batch, the previous. That's weird. Okay, I'm gonna take my gloves off. I'll just be super careful for the snowball part. Alright, maybe if I turn it this way. Hopefully you can see that. I thought I'd just randomly place these in. This is an over pour from when I did the columns, in the inside. It looks like I got some mica on there. I'll come back and fix that. But when I was pouring the columns for the inside, I had some extra dough. So I rolled these snowballs. It is accelerating. Did you see how fast it got? It got thick. Whoop. It's really thick. You can feel it when I push down in it. It's resisting. While I do this, I wanted to chat a little bit. I was thinking the other day how when we watch YouTubers, it's almost like we know them, and like, not that they're our friends, but you think, oh, I could be friends with that person, and how weird that kind of was. And then I remembered a time when I met a YouTuber in person, and I really embarrassed my kids because I kind of fangirled. It's when we lived in our other town, and it was kind of a place where people would go camping because there was a national park there. So we were walking into Walmart one day, the whole fam, getting some groceries, and I see a girl with red hair, and I think, oh, she looks really familiar. Where do I know this girl? When we got closer, I noticed that there were 4 teenage kids, and they all looked familiar. So I'm like, and then as I got closer, I'm like, I know this person. That's Venturian from YouTube. I'm like, what in the world is he doing in my town? But as I got closer, I realized it was him because he was wearing his own merch shirt. And I got all fangirly. I was like, oh my goodness, are you Venturian from Venturian Tales? And I embarrassed my kids. That was a while ago. Jack just says he doesn't remember that. He is 9 now, but he was small enough to go in the seat on the cart. So he was little. So he doesn't remember that. But yeah, that was, I met a YouTuber at Walmart. And the whole time, I hope they didn't think I was too weird. I kept looking over and I'm like, that's them, oh my gosh, when they were shopping for produce. I like to think I would play it cool nowadays, but you never know. I don't think I'm gonna get all these snowballs in here. So my question to you guys are, who do you watch on YouTube that's not a soaper? What non-soaping channels do you watch? Lately, I have been into true crime, so I have been watching. My camera turned off again, but I was saying I'd be scared if they looked at somebody was like stalking my search history and saw that I watched true crime. They may think that I'm up to something nefarious. Okay, so I almost hate to take close-up pictures of this now, but this is what it looks like on the top. It's still green, but we have a little bit of sparkle on there to give the idea that it's glistening snow. I have my fingers crossed that this one will turn out, but thank you for joining me for my chaotic adventure. I will see you for the cut. Okay, so we're back to cut the soap that I have decided to call Flurries at dusk or dawn. And as you see, that it did turn back to a lovely shade of pink and purple. On the sides here, you can see that I have holes. I have some major holes. And if this soap is actually still warm, but I wanted to unmold it and check it out. So let's see. I think that I'm going to remake this using the same methods but a different scent, because I think it has the potential to be really pretty. Well, look at that. So I did get a bit of an ombre from the pink to the purple. The top layer was a little lighter where I had to fill in. I made a second batch. It's not too bad. It's just got a little bit of holes, but I can see the potential for it to be really pretty. It smells great. Let's see how we did farther in. Like I said, it's still warm, but I was anxious to get it cut. Got some drag marks. It must be from the holo on top. That's a shame. It's a shame that there's holes in there. Okay, I'm going to lay it on its side, maybe. See if that helps with the drag marks. Even with the lighter shade up there, I still think it's pretty. That one's really holy. Up there and then on the sides. Oh, we have a snowball that came off. Maybe I'll give these away as Christmas gifts. I don't think my family would care if they were holy.